Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. JC here with another video on Action Taimanin. Today we're gonna check some combos that you can do with Ichika. But before we start, don't forget to leave a like, share and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Also, comment if you know any other combinations that you can use this supporter with. So, before we start, actually, it's storming here, so if you hear the thunder and the rain, it's that. Sorry about that, but I don't have any other time where I can record. So, let's begin very quickly. So, Ichika is a really special supporter. She's generally good for melee attackers because she increases damage dealt with melee attacks by 30%. But she has extra capabilities because she reduces damage taken from poisoned enemies by 30%. Her active deals damage and poisons the enemy by 50% of damage for 12.5 seconds. So, here's the thing. That's good, but it's only affecting one enemy. And only affecting one enemy is not great unless you're affecting the boss. And maybe you cannot control that part of the skill. So, maybe, or maybe it also attacks different enemies. And they are also afflicted by this status. But the thing is, you want as many enemies to be afflicted with poison so that you reduce the damage that's coming from them. And for that we have a bunch of combinations. There's two ways in which you can play Ichika. The first one is going to be with melee supporters. Ichika. So here we have Ichika. And before we got Ichika, there was another very good supporter in the form of Nagi Kotone. Nagi Kotone is an excellent supporter because she does exactly the same, except she doesn't give you defense increase and she doesn't focus on poison. She increases damage dealt with melee attacks. So with the two of these, you're gonna get a 60% damage increase. That's great. Depending on what you want to do, you can do many combinations of supporters. Let's say you want to go green. You can use invincibility with Yuno. You can get HP recovery with Akane. You can get defense with Hisui. You can get, let's see, I'm gonna put all green. You can get critical rate and critical damage with Tsuruga. If you want to go critical, that's the way. I mean, you can also use Kowaru, but in that case, you would need to have good enchantment and good Magatamas. Depending on the character, you may use Lefria, you may use Noah Brown. There's a bunch of generic good options. There's also Fumasaika. Nano is particularly good with this because she helps both sides of the spectrum. She helps range attacks and also melee attacks. And she gives 40% when maxed out. So that's a big number. Even at this one, she's really, really good. So, yeah, you should definitely use this one in that combination, if possible. And of course, there's the Founding Tree. There's a bunch of generic options that you can get. But the most important recommendations are the critical supporters, Nano, Saika, Misaki for VR, and that's it, basically. I mean, Yuno and Hisui, depending on what you're trying to do. Then, if you want to go mix, there are options. There's always the generic options, like, I don't know, Felicia, Arabella, the big three, this, and this. There's also Lilim, Pirate Kirara, Akina. So there's a bunch of good things that you can use. But let's focus on the important part, the melee damage increase. The thing is, we don't have that many options for melee damage. If you have buffs, maybe you want to use Kana. But if not, I suggest that you use Fuyumi or Saya. Where is Saya? Here is Saya. So both of these supporters are going to give you damage reduction for certain kind of attacks. Saya gives you damage reduction from range attacks, and this number both of these numbers go up to 22. So it is not that big of number, but I mean, it works on both sides of the spectrum, so that compensates. In the case of Fuyumi, reduces damage taken from melee attacks by 24%. Nice number, acceptable, but the damage increase is kind of low. So yeah, only use this if you want to proc an effect on blue. And even so, I recommend that you go with pure damage or a more generic supporter. Let's see. Then, for red, there's options. There's of course the supporters that proc on debuffed enemies, like Gal Lilim, Holy Knight Kirara, Susune. There's the generics like Stella, Fuyutsuki. There's a bunch of good options. Yukina, of course. But a really important recommendation is to use Shiranui because she focuses on melee damage. So she synergizes perfectly well with these supporters, with Ichika. Let's see. Yeah. Other than generic good options, there's also another kind of gameplay or game style that you want to try, and it's the poison debuff. We know that poison lasts long, and sometimes you want to use Minasaki. Minasaki is an excellent supporter because she gives a ton of damage increase. I mean, obviously Susune is better because she's not restricted to poison. But what's the thing? Maybe you're in VR, and maybe you don't have enough copies of Susune for everyone. So you can replace Susune with Minasaki. And the benefit of using poison is the long duration on that debuff. Most of the time you're going to be proccing the effect of debuff supporters. Supporters that give you stats or damage increase, defense damage reduction on debuffed enemies. So Minasaki is going to be an excellent option along with New Year Heaviko. New Year Heaviko is probably the best supporter that you can use with Ichika because she is going to inflict debuff. She is going to inflict poison on debuffed enemies. Maybe you don't like the fact that she exchanges damage reduction and damage increase and that it's not 30%. I actually wish both of these were 30%. That would make it more viable, but it is still good enough. And it gives consistency to the strategy. Basically, the enemy is going to be permabuff. As long as on solo content you're debuffing the enemy, you're going to have a damage increase or a damage reduction if you're using Ichika, and a damage increase if you're using Susune or any of the other supporters like Minasaki, Galilim, or Holy Knight Kirara. So yeah, it is definitely a great option. Now, let's try this. The first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna try it on floor 100, but definitely with a good character like Kurenai. Kurenai is very viable, but the question is, can I inflict debuffs? Deflecting Wind to increase my SP, Howling Wind to deal damage with a good amount of super armor. Oh no! Reduce the speed of the enemy! Yes! That's what I wanted to see. Great. So I'll be putting her along with one thing. Unfortunately, this is a range attack, but I don't care about this dealing damage. The only thing that really matters is that it inflicts a debuff, so that I can poison the enemy, so that I get damage reduction. That's what matters. So I'm gonna be using the combo of Nagi Kotone and Ichika. There we go. Ichika on the main to inflict poison if needed be, but you can change the position, and if you don't have Nagi Kotone, you can put something else that you like. So yeah, let's test it. This is gonna be super easy and super viable because I have HP recovery, I am tanky, I mean, I have good damage, so there's not gonna be any kind of problem here. Oh, except if I misclick the commands. That's the only problem that can happen. So as you can see, the enemy are most of them under poison, so they're gonna deal less damage to me. And now yeah, the tornado is just great because it has a big AoE and it inflicts a debuff. That's the reason why I am using it. Let's see. There. I have to... No! I got in front of the enemy and I didn't let them pass through the tornado. That's a bad thing. Why am I so slow? Ah, yeah, because I don't have the basic enhancer. That's why. Yeah, usually I always go basics because I love her basics. But... yeah. I'm gonna use the active too. Here. And the good thing about poison is that sometimes it chips away the HP of the enemy, allowing you to beat them faster without noticing. It's just consistent damage. It is kind of nice. Oh. Okay, there we go. Slow. Nice. As you can see, I am having no trouble thanks to the defense increase. Well, damage reduction, technically. But, I mean, it is the same. HP recovery. Poison. Speed reduction. HP recovery. Poison. There we go. Nice. Come on. One attack. Oh, do one attack. Well, if you don't want to. There we go. Yeah, this combination is pretty good. I really love it. But the main appeal of using hair... Oh god, god, god! Ah! I need to inflict some debuffs. Yeah. The main appeal of using Ichika is definitely the melee damage increase. So that's gonna be very useful for any melee build. Yeah, HP recovery. Another active. Another active. HP recovery. Oops. Come on, Ingrid. Ah, why you? There. Okay. Even though I'm having kind of troubles because of the confusion and slow, I'm still able to manage. Well, at least. Oh, there. Woo! Damage reduction! Thanks to the poison! Nice. Oy. Come on. Just. There! HP recovery. Woo! No! I beat it? Wow! Thanks, weapon. This is because of the weapon active. Yeah. But even so, it is a strong build. The thing is that this doesn't give me that much defense, the damage reduction. I mean, yeah, heavy core works, but you would want something else for a difficult stage like this one. Kind of like Hisu, yeah, definitely. That would have made this easier. It would have taken longer, but it would have been easier. I'm gonna be doing the rest on 75. Just to make it faster. I wanted to show you that it was viable on 100. But this one is just faster to showcase stuff. So yeah, with characters like Rin, which have a triple color skill, not triple color skill, an all green skill that is range, you're not going to be using that one. Instead, I'm going to be using the Taimanin art because it is very useful. In her case, I'm going to use Volt Spin because this is the one that gives HP recovery, and you can select the other one depending on what you want to do. For example, Volt Rush is definitely one of the best skills, and it counts as melee. You can also use Denki depending if you're facing range attackers, if you want the speed increase, Volt Hook. All of them are pretty good actually. So I'm going to be using Volt Rush in this case. And Volt Spin. So, no, I'm not going to be using this one. The question is, what do I want? I don't want to use main. Yeah, I'm going to go full melee. So I'm going to put her here, and I'm not going to focus on the poison. I'm going to be using what? Nagikotone. And now, as I mentioned, one of the generic options that you can use is definitely Suruga. Suruga is super easy just to increase your damage. I mean, you can replace it with anything that you have that has a decent active or a very good passive. So yeah, you just button mash and that's it. I'd say button mash because this one focuses on the basic, but I can also do this one just to clear after doing all the basic attacks. Then I also use this. And yeah, I love these skills because they are very good for clearing waves. Now I put myself in the middle. I don't use the active here because I don't have the all green skill. The active is for the all green skill, oddly enough. Well, not oddly enough, but for this build, kinda. There. Come on. Let me do my thing. There. Well, at least I deal some damage. So as you can see, it's dealing a decent amount of damage. Be careful not to get interrupted and to use characters with good super armor. This combo is super great for what's the name? Murasaki. Murasaki is probably one of the best characters to use this kind of combo because she recovers HP based on the amount of damage that she deals. Yeah, I could easily do 100 with her. Well, easily no, because it takes time, but yeah, she can definitely do it no problem. Because of the absurd amount of HP recovery. And she's probably one of the best options to equip, New Year Heavy. I'm not gonna do the build, but I'm going to show you how it would look. You want this here. You can change the order and put whoever on the active, it doesn't really matter. But this would be the build for the supporter build. And for the skills, you want Tentacle Mine, definitely. You want Great Axe Input to get HP recovery. And you can change the third one depending on what you want. Facing one boss, go with Tentacle Anchor. Facing multiple enemies, or one more HP recovery, Tentacle Hold. You want to deal damage, don't try this one, no, it's not that good. But you need more HP recovery, go with Fuji no Jin. I recommend that you try to avoid this if the AI is using it, because they always use this skill whenever they have it, and not always the enemy is going to target the AI characters, so yeah, that's kind of bad. So yeah, let's see. So that would be the build, but we're not gonna try it because She's slow. She's tanky, but she's very slow, and I don't want to waste time. So, yeah, another character that works with pure melee. Definitely her. Let me check. Well, I'll go with this. I'm not using the best weapons, but this is 1 out of 5. This is 5 out of 5 plus 13. These are anti-demon to fight against this. But we're gonna change everything to green. Let's see, what other green supporter can we use? Oh yeah, I'm gonna use this one. What does the reduce damage taken from all enemies by 10%? Not bad, not bad. I mean, it also synergizes with Ichika if you are actually using the poison. But you would need more characters so that they inflict the poison. So yeah, as a full melee build. Oh wait a moment, on green she's range. Okay, what can we do here? We can use the basic. I mean, the basics are way too strong. And we can use explosive rampage. Yeah, actually, she can do green melee perfectly fine. These two are going to give you speed increase, and this has big AoE and big damage. So yeah, we don't need anything else. The problem is going to be HP recovery, but if I deal enough damage, I don't need it. So yeah, let's try it. I thirst, I double dash, and then I just button mash. Like that, you see? Great. I thirst, I double dash, and button mash. Yeah, super easy. One more try. Thirst, double dash. Yeah, and this basic has a good amount of super armor, so you won't get interrupted. And as you can see, I think I thought already deal with Yuki. No, she's there. Yeah, super easy. Yeah, just the damage increase is really viable. But now, let's do some characters who want a main red. Let's see, who wants a main red? Like Kirara. No, Kirara is kind of special and she's soon-ish to get his rework. So no. She wants a main green. Who wants a main red? Maybe her? Let's see. I think her skill... Yeah, this one. I don't like it. And it works. But she's mixed. No. No. Let's see. Who is melee? I wish we also had a way to change to filter depending if they are melee. Let's see. Shadow Shift, is it? No. Fling. Which is it? This one. Particle Charge? Well. No. She doesn't. I'm trying to find someone who is melee and wants red on the main for those main skills. Yes, Shizuru. Thank you, Shizuru. So we're gonna be using Whip Shot, which is going to decrease the defense of the enemy. That's one of the best skills that she has, definitely. We're not gonna use Whip Read because we're going mix. We can use this one. It doesn't matter. She's still... I think she's lacking the update where she is going to receive... I don't know, super armor on this, I guess. Because nowadays they always put super armor on these skills. No, they are on the same command. Shame. Increase restoration amount. Viable. Stun the target? No. This is bad, guys. I guess I'm gonna use the basic enhancer. And Sprout Garden just to get HP recovery. I mean, this will do. I'm gonna be using instead of Ichika, I'm gonna be using Minasaki on the main, so that I get that damage increase. Well, defense reduction on the enemy. Then I'm gonna be using Ichika. Where are you, Ichika? There she is. As well as I'm gonna change the combination. I'm not gonna use Kotone. So who do I want to use? Let's say that you don't have Kotone. No, this is kind of excessive. Yeah, let's go with her, Lefria. We just got her a while ago. So yeah, because we're gonna focus on the poison part of this strategy. This is the Lefria that is, yeah, enchanted. Okay, perfect. So I do have enough HP. So as you can see, the problem when you're doing this solo is that you can not use the active whenever you want. You have to use it at the right time. Because if you use it at the very start, I mean, you can use it at the very start for the first wave, and while you wait for the boss on the second wave, you're gonna have the cooldown reduction, and then, well, cooldown reduced, and then you're gonna be able to activate Minasaki again on the boss. But yeah, it is the problem is that even though it lasts long, 12 seconds, you are only having that effect active for 12 seconds, and you have to wait for the active of the supporter. So yeah, that's a problem. That's why you want to use this kind of strategy with... Oh, I should have used it with let me explain. With New Year Heaviko, this is way better because Shizuru already inflicts a debuff, so she can inflict the poison just by doing whip shot. So that would have been amazing, and I would have had the damage increase all the time. But this is a more realistic scenario where you don't have that limited supporter. So this is how you should be playing. You wait until the enemy is debuffed. Preferably when they have the super armor down too. I didn't. So I'm gonna be wasting a little bit of that poison. But yeah, it is more efficient if you're using multiple Taimanin, because if you have Taimanin like... Who is it? I'm gonna use the ulti. Su... I think also... Nagi? I think that Nagi does. I don't remember. There. So they do have the poison. Yeah, it lasts long enough. Or is that bleed? It's poison, I don't know why. It lasted like forever. I already used the active, why are they not poisoned? Well, one of them is poisoned. Well, we're gonna do the same, but this time I'm gonna be using New Year Heaviko so that you check the difference. Yeah, the combo of Heaviko with Ichika is amazing, along with Minasaki. That is an easy way to get damage increase while being able to use Susuni with someone else. And it also gives a ton of consistency for Susune. Let me do the thing. Yeah. Nice. Nice. So yeah, that took a while. But what happens if we basically guaranteed that I poison the enemy? I don't have to rely on the active anymore. I just need to use whip shot, and that's gonna inflict the poison. Let's see. And thanks to the amount of multi-hits it's kind of guaranteed, it is very difficult that you do not inflict poison onto the enemy that received this attack. Yeah, the Guardian also inflicts slow. I almost forgot about that. And also, you remember, can use, whenever you're using Heaviko, the Momochi weapons. The Momochi weapons will allow you to activate the poison so that you have the benefit with Ichika and also with Minasaki. Yeah. So whenever you want to go red on the main, use Minasaki along with Ichika. It's a great option. But honestly, this kind of game style, it is only viable in two ways. If you have a New Year Heavy or if you have a good amount of characters which inflict poison, like Su. We need like someone who specializes on poison. I mean, Su does have poison, but I wouldn't say that she specializes in poison. Yeah, so now I perma debuff the enemy and I have a huge amount of damage and a little bit of damage reduction. Just cause. One enemy down. Oi, why you little imp? There. One less. Okay, great. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't at risk at all now that I consistently debuffed the enemy. The damage reduction was very noticeable, as well as my damage increase. So yeah, you can apply this strategy to all characters who can do a pure melee build. Even if they are not completely pure, they're gonna be able to survive. Like here, Kurenai was using a range attack, but it was to debuff the enemy so that I could poison them with Heaviko. Let's see, very quickly, I'm gonna put Su, but just to analyze her because she also poisons, and she's also melee. So, what skills poison? This on green poisons, and you only need the main Senrenka. 11-second cooldown, and you're going to be auto hitting the enemy. You teleport to the nearest enemy. You give 2 hits. It can attack multiple enemies. It's not a big AoE, but it can attack multiple enemies. Yes. Let's see. And this is, since it's green, it synergizes perfectly with this one. This one pulls the enemy, so they're gonna be near. Let's see. Yeah, she doesn't poison that much, but we can do it. I mean, in this case, I don't need Heaviko. I could use Heaviko, but I'm not going to use her. I'm gonna put this, and I need something green. Her stats are not that great. You know what? I'm gonna do it mixed, but unorthodox. Wait. What does this have? This skill? Damage increase. No, I'm not gonna do it mixed. Which one? She's blue. So Rinko doesn't work. Christmas Rinko doesn't work. I'm not fighting humans. Maybe. I'll just use this. Generic good. Yeah. This is machine and demon. Since I'm fighting demon, why not? Ha 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 ha. Evil. Let's see. Demon. Demon. And one more that is demon. Oh. Yeah, demon. There we go. So this is gonna give me a big damage increase. Whatever Magatama's here. I'm gonna be shredding these enemies. Trust me. I haven't changed the skin for a while, so let's go with summer because it's hot in here. Like disgustingly hot. Good thing that it's raining now. Let's see. This one. Yeah, damage reduction. I like it. I like it. I can take that. It would actually be wise for me to add something that gives me HP recovery instead of this. So instead, I'm gonna use here, Akane. Just for the HP recovery because Su doesn't have HP recovery and mine is level 77. Even with the awakening skills, it is important not to disregard the lack of HP recovery. So like this, and yeah, as you can see, I poisoned 3 enemies. Okay, nice. Yeah, the poison is... Oh, the duration... I gotta check, guys. That duration didn't last long. Maybe it's shorter because of the fact that it is an skill. Yeah, look at that. It disappears way too quickly. I mean, I can also use it quickly. So there is not that much problem. But you want a bunch of characters who can inflict poison and want to abuse red pills. For example, she can use the Ichika to get the defense increase, while the other ones use Minasaki and also Susune, Holy Knight Kirara, Gal Lilim. Nice! Well, she's strong. I can tell you that. Oh no, it's the weapon. I almost forgot it's the weapon. That's why I'm dealing so much damage. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it, guys. What do you think about these combos? In my opinion, they are good, but they are just not available right away. The first combo that you're gonna be able to do is the Ichika Kotone. If you had these old supporters, they are very, very good together. But the poison combo with Minasaki and New Year Heavy Cup, it is not as simple. Getting all the copies of Minasaki is gonna take some time because she's a permanent gacha supporter, and this one is limited. You just need 1 copy, but obviously you get more benefit with more copies. So yeah. What do you think? I know poison isn't the favorite debuff of everyone, but it's just an enabler. I have always said that it is an enabler, and Ichika is way too good just for the fact that she can be a generic supporter for any melee character or any melee strategy, as long as you need 1 green or full green or maybe mixed with green, then she's gonna be excellent. So that's about it for today, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye!